This thing looked like a shopping cart with a rocket engine attached to it. It looked like you could have built it in your garage.
Janatzi's car topped 41 miles per hour and set off a cross-border war.
National pride was a big motivator for a lot of these record setters.
It was a lot like Olympic athletes, where you're representing your country and you want to be the best in the world. So Camille's on a hunting trip with his friends, and he decides he's going to prank them. So he goes off into the brush and he starts making animal noises. His friends thought he was an animal, and they shot him, and he eventually died of the gunshot wound, which is just a tragic way to go for a stunt. Setting a speed record on water is a completely different environment. When you're driving a car, the road stays put. When you're in a boat, your surface is constantly changing, and it's often fighting you. There's a reason why the fastest boat in the world is 1/5 the speed of the fastest car.
Let's send it to Sal, who has a special guest at the round table.
Thank you, Kimberly, and I can report that if heat rises, it's about 115 up here at
my pants.
at the round table underneath these lights. Our next guest is Bob Sorokanich.
Sorokanich.
You
had it earlier
I
today,
said
man.
it 5 times. I'm like, don't do it wrong, Sal. If Ginger Z is passionate about the atmosphere, you, sir, are passionate about wheels and engines as the deputy online editor of Road and Track magazine. When you heard that Travis was going to do this on the Indian Scout FTR 750, what were your thoughts?
Sal, when Travis told me he was going to be doing these 3 jumps on this Indian motorcycle, I thought he was crazy. I still kind of think he's crazy. This bike is not meant to fly. It's a heavy motorcycle. It's almost twice as heavy as the motocross dirt bikes that you usually see for stunts like this. And that means it's hard to accelerate, it's hard to launch off the ramp, and it's even hard to just bring it to a stop after he's landed. But this is the modern day version of the kind of motorcycle that Evel used. And Travis knew that if he was going to pay tribute to Evel, he had to do it on an American-made motorcycle with a V-twin engine, and that is what this bike is.
And we are here at the Omnia nightclub at Caesar's Palace, right next door to the incredible fountain jump that will be the 3rd jump of Travis Pastrana. And we are joined again by Bob Sorokanich.
Got it right this time.
You were looking at me like, Masakela, please don't do me like that. Deputy online editor of Road and Track magazine. We are now getting geared up for the 2nd jump, right? These 16 buses. The stakes change as the bike's got to go a little bit higher in the air this time. You could call that first jump the warm-up jump. The difference in doing this as the bike goes higher, as opposed to do it in the car, let's say.
So basically, when you're doing a jump like this on a motorcycle, there's essentially no safety. I mean, Travis is wearing a helmet, obviously. He's wearing the leathers, which will protect his skin if he gets knocked off the motorcycle. But beyond that, it's his body against these elements. And you compare that to a car. Travis has done a lot of jumps in cars where you have a roll cage and you have a seat belt. It's a completely different animal. I mean, Travis's body is on the line here. But then again, this is the guy that jumped out of an airplane a couple of years ago with no parachute. So if there's one person on Earth that I'm not surprised is putting his body on the line in this manner, it's Travis.
Yeah.
And he's talcumed. He's in the leathers, he's talcumed, he's taking the extra protection.
It's got to be hot in those leathers.
Oh man, that talcum has turned into mayonnaise by